Prince William has once again captured the world's attention, and this time it's not through a royal engagement or a ceremonial duty, but through words that have sparked a wave of conversation across the globe. In a rare and candid moment, the Prince of Wales opened up about his children, his vision for the monarchy, and even allowed a subtle reference to his younger brother, Prince Harry, to slip into the narrative. What began as a conversation meant to highlight family life and the future of the royal institution quickly evolved into something much more, a statement about legacy, about change, and about the long shadows of the past that still hover over the House of Windsor. In this deeply personal discussion, William's tone was firm yet emotional. He spoke of his children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, with a tenderness that reminded many of how much he has been shaped by the tragic loss of his mother, Princess Diana, and the turbulent years that followed. He was quick to underline that his priority as a father is to give his children something he himself struggled to find as a child: stability. He revealed that none of his children have mobile phones, a deliberate parenting choice meant to protect them from the noise and scrutiny of the outside world. It's a simple decision, but one that reveals how he is attempting to balance royal expectations with the realities of modern childhood. William was also unflinchingly honest about how the last couple of years have changed him. He admitted that the period between 2023 and 2024 was the most difficult of his life. Personal crises, including health concerns within the family, forced him to shift priorities in a way he had never experienced before. He confessed that his entire focus became about family first and work second, a philosophy that he wants to carry into his reign as king one day. He described those challenges as moments that taught him to prepare for the unexpected, that wounds from the past can resurface without warning, shaping not only how one parents, but also how one leads. It was during these reflections that William made a rare and pointed mention of his brother, Prince Harry. Though subtle, it was unmistakable, and it was enough to ignite speculation worldwide. William didn't linger on details, nor did he attack or criticize, but the very act of mentioning Harry in the context of family, privacy, and legacy spoke volumes. For years, the brothers' strained relationship has been headline news, from Harry and Meghan's departure in 2020 to the bombshell Oprah interview, to the revelations in Harry's memoir and documentaries. The silence between them has been deafening. For William, even the faintest acknowledgement of Harry now feels like a deliberate choice, a nod that reminds the public of both the pain of their fractured bond and the impossibility of ignoring it when discussing family and the future. The public reaction was immediate. Royal fans and commentators picked apart every line, asking whether William's reference was a quiet olive branch or a carefully veiled warning. Many believe his words were a subtle reminder that reconciliation cannot happen without accountability, that loyalty to the crown and protection of family privacy must come first. Others, however, saw it as a sign that William still carries hope for some level of healing, even if time and distance have made it nearly impossible. What's clear is that even the smallest mention of Harry continues to dominate royal conversations, showing how deeply the saga has pierced the monarchy's image. Beyond the drama of sibling rivalry, William's broader message was about legacy. He stated plainly that change is on his agenda, but he was quick to clarify: change for good, not change for its own sake. The monarchy, he argued, must evolve carefully, avoiding radical shifts that could undermine its stability. For him, modernization is not about throwing out tradition, but adapting it, ensuring that the institution remains relevant, empathetic, and capable of supporting the people it serves. It's a philosophy born not just from duty, but from lived experience. William remembers vividly the chaos of his own childhood, the relentless glare of the media, the divorce of his parents, and the devastating loss of his mother. These moments have left indelible marks, and they have convinced him that the monarchy cannot afford to repeat those mistakes. He spoke passionately about what he calls his most important work, keeping his family whole. That, he insists, is his greatest responsibility, one that comes before ceremonies, speeches, or even the crown itself. To some, it sounded like a simple statement of fatherhood. To others, it was a not-so-subtle contrast to the past, a reminder of the dysfunction that once plagued the royal household, and perhaps a veiled lesson drawn from the fallout between him and Harry. Royal watchers have pointed out that William's words signal a turning point. The days of a passive, silent heir are over. In his comments, William came across as a man who has been tested, scarred, and ultimately transformed by personal trials. His acknowledgement that emotional wounds resurface out of the blue was strikingly human, the kind of vulnerability rarely expressed by future kings. It painted a portrait of someone determined to shield his children from repeating cycles of pain, while also ensuring the monarchy itself is seen not as a relic, but as an institution still capable of empathy and progress. Yet the reactions have not all been sympathetic. Critics argue that William's vision of careful change sounds more like cautious control than genuine reform. They point out that by rejecting anything radical, he may be drawing a hard line against the kind of openness Harry and Meghan once championed. Openness about mental health struggles, racism, and systemic flaws within the royal household. To those critics, William's comments are not a call for compassion, but a coded rejection of his brother's approach. Supporters, however, counter that William is demonstrating what true leadership looks like: measured, responsible, and rooted in stability rather than spectacle. What's undeniable is that William has succeeded in reminding the world who he is and what he stands for. He is not just the heir waiting in the wings. He is a father fiercely protective of his children, a husband balancing duty with compassion, and a future monarch determined to avoid the pitfalls of the past. The fact that he could stir such intense reactions with a single passing reference to Harry proves how much weight his words now carry. The interview and its fallout have become more than just a glimpse into family life. They've become a referendum on the monarchy itself, on what it means to lead in a world where tradition and modernity collide, where the public demands transparency but still craves the mystique of royalty, and where family disputes can no longer be hidden behind palace walls. William's insistence that his children deserve privacy, balance, and happiness is as much a personal philosophy as it is a blueprint for the monarchy's survival. And so, the world watches. Will William's change for good be enough to secure the monarchy's relevance for another generation? Will his efforts to shield George, Charlotte, and Louis from the mistakes of the past succeed where others failed? And perhaps most tantalizing of all, will his quiet reference to Harry ever grow into something more? For now, these questions remain unanswered, but what is certain is that William has drawn the lines of his legacy: family first, cautious change, and a monarchy that evolves without losing itself. As the coverage continues, as analysts debate, and as the public speculates, one thing is clear: Prince William is no longer just the dutiful heir. He is a man shaping his own narrative, carefully but confidently, and every word he utters now has the power to reshape the royal conversation. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.